Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. It is Monday, November 28th, 2022. And tonight, I will be covering paranormal news. As always, you can find all of the episodes of the show, along with links to social media and other ways to contact me, at the podcast page. And that is salcedoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions, or stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. Happy to either read those or have you join me on the show to talk about them. And I just have a few stories for tonight. It's going to be a shorter show. I apologize for that, but sometimes that's just how things work out for a number of reasons. And tonight they're all actual, apparently, UFO sightings. And I always like to share these because you never know when something more will come of a sighting or more people will realize they've seen something similar. And yes, I'm sure there are plenty out there that are proven somehow to be either hoaxes or just regular craft made by any number of people. But I'm also sure that there are some out there that can't be so easily explained. So I think it's important to share all the sightings whenever I find them, and there's no obvious, easy explanation right in the beginning of the article. I think it's always good to share those articles about those reports. So I have all the articles in the stream chat here, and I will include them in the episode description so that you all can read the entire articles and see what you think from there. So, like I said, I have 3 articles here. I've already gone over the schedule for the week in last night's show, so I will not do that again tonight. But thank you all for listening, whether you're here for the live stream, I see you both there, or you listen to the podcast or YouTube feeds. I appreciate everyone that listens. So I guess that means I can get right onto the stories here. This first one is from AMISun.com. And this is, let's see here. This is, the title of this is UFO sighting reported in Bradenton Beach. And so this is at a place called Anna Maria Island. And apparently, from what I can tell, it's in Florida. Near the border, basically between Florida and Mexico, that kind of area. As far as I can tell, I could be wrong. But so this police officer spotted something while on patrol in Coquina Beach on the morning of November 5th that he wasn't sure what he saw, really. He said he saw a Coast Guard plane flying over the area, and then he watched them turn back towards the Gulf. And so then he looked up and he saw this large object, apparently was black or dark. And the officer's last name, it says here, is Morose, apparently. Morose. Or Morose, I'm not sure. Says that it appeared that the object was maybe the size of a car or maybe a smaller aircraft, based on the size of the airplane, the Coast Guard airplane. So, and he says that he thinks maybe the Coast Guard plane also saw the object because it changed direction and came back towards the area, appearing to follow the object. I'm trying to see. Doesn't say the shape of the object. It just says large big black object. But anyway, the the Coast Guard plane began to follow the object, which was almost stationary when he first saw it, but then um, its speed and course changed all of a sudden, uh, and to where it was moving at least 500 miles per hour. So that's quite the jump. He says it just shot off like a rocket towards the horizon, and then it was just gone. And that's basically what he saw, apparently. So neat sighting there, especially if since it's a police officer. They always say that those sightings of officers of any kind are more reliable or maybe more accurate. I don't know about that because everyone's human. But so let me see here. Apparently, it points out that this officer is in the area every day, just about, and knows how drones and birds fly, and is used to the wildlife in the area, and so he can't explain it apparently. So neat sighting there. Let's see here, and apparently the media reached out to the Coast Guard detachment, who let's see, looking at this, apparently there was they were told that the Coast Guard would reach out if they had any other information, saying there was no incident reported in the area on that date. And so looking at the rest of this here, there's a little more, but not too much. Still pretty neat sighting there, especially if it was going that fast. That's quite a bit of speed right there. 500 miles per hour is really moving. So that's the first article I have here, and I have two more. So this next one is from WNBF.com. And this one says, upstate New York man claims low-flying UFO followed him. And so apparently according to this article here and according to this witness, UFOs don't like being discovered and might follow you if you notice them. I'm just wondering how accurate that is. I think it would depend on the situation. But according to a report on a website called Newsbreak, or program anyway, something, there was a man in Ulster County who saw a diamond-shaped object flying, slowing, and then hovering around a construction site. That's odd. And then after he saw this, he began to drive away, and it followed him for about 20 seconds before going off in the opposite direction. So says that the craft appeared as a cross from a distance, but once it was hovering above, you could see it was almost a diamond shape with some kind of either tail or nose. Said it had blue, red, and piercing white strobing lights that were hard to look at and did not resemble any kind of aircraft lights we had ever seen before. So, let's see here. They're talking about how it could have been a drone here, possibly from the company that was doing the construction, or just a group of kids. But there's always that possibility. I think that's important to keep in mind, that maybe it's something else, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. So, neat sighting there, and just a quick one, but another sighting of something that is definitely unidentified, as far as the article knows. the sources know. So neat sighting. It just shows these things, all these weird kinds of objects are seen all over the place, and it's hard to figure out what they are. So I have a third article here, and this is from uh, mytechnews.com. It's mitechnews.com. And this one says, the title of this one is Transmedium UFO Photographed Submerged in Lake Titicaca. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right. But and this is in but so it mentions Bolivia here. Yeah, so this happened in Bolivia. And apparently this was seen by multiple people. Watched this object that basically came down from the sky and went into the water and then flew back up out of it and away from the scene. So this apparently happened earlier in the month. I'm guessing they mean November. And so let's see here. This happened near the border of Bolivia and Peru. Says that several people, the witnesses there, explained that it happened when they first spotted an object hovering overhead, and it suddenly came down from the sky and went into the water. Apparently, someone managed to take a picture of the object while it was submerged, and so apparently there's a video here in the article. And so then after that, not long after, this object came back up out of the water. It says it shot out of the water, so I guess a massive increase in speed, and flew back up and out of sight. So, the people that saw it there say they believe it may have been extraterrestrial nature. Of course, it's hard to say, but this all that really remains of this account is the account itself and then the video. But they say in the article here that there's not much they can make out from the video or the photo. So, but really neat sighting there, especially if it went down and then into and then back out of water like that. So, and you hear about that. Some of these strange objects, they don't just fly around in the sky; they go through the water as well. So, really amazing sighting, especially with multiple witnesses there. So, yeah, that's all I had for today. Just some UFO sightings. And then USO in the case of that last object, and that's a couple places here in the U.S. and then the USO sighting, basically UFO USO, happened over in Bolivia near Peru. So tomorrow night, again, I'll be back with true paranormal stories from the web, and looking forward to that. Those are always fun. And thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow night on the next episode of Salcedo Paranormal. Take care, everyone.